Well, good morning from sunny and warm Bled in Slovenia. This is about 60 kilometers from Ljubljana, and we're now in the Julian Alps. And the terrain reminds me a lot of the Rockies in Alberta and Colorado. And Bled is a resort town much like Banff or Lake Louise, very similar. And I'm standing here on the shore of Lake Bled, and the signature feature in here is the church, which sits on an island in the middle of the lake. So you can kind of see it in the background, and you'll see it in some other shots as well. But this is a pleasant place for a Sunday afternoon stroll, and a good way to get some fresh air here on my trip. Now, is this a view or what? And the reflection in the water is incredible. Here are some fine examples of Art Nouveau architecture. Well, a stroll through Old Ljubljana is a lot like being in Quebec City. The architecture is different, but the charm and the ambiance are quite similar. So if you know Quebec City and you like going there, then you'd like Ljubljana as a destination. Well, I'm capturing what I can in the fading twilight in my final day here in Ljubljana. And after a walk around Lake Bled earlier this afternoon, I think I've gotten my exercise, and my feet will be happy when I get home and give them a chance to rest. But this has been a great visit over the last few days, getting to know the city and really getting to see some fantastic late 19th century, early 20th century architecture. And I've done Frank Lloyd Wright, I've done Charles Rennie Mackintosh, now I've done Jose Plečnik, and we'll have to see who's next on the agenda. So farewell from Ljubljana, and next stop, Maribor. Well, it's an overcast, hazy, foggy morning here in Maribor, Slovenia's second city, and I stopped here to kind of break up the trip between Ljubljana and Bratislava, but also to visit an interesting historical site. Maribor is in the center of a wine-growing region, and apparently home to the world's oldest grapevine. So it's a few blocks away, and I'm going to go take a look at it. In the background behind me is the old water tower, another one of the historical sites here. And I've been recommended a place where I can go taste some of the local wines. So we'll see how that works out later on. So here it is, the Staraturta, or the world's oldest grapevine here in Maribor. I guess to enophiles, this is like visiting the world's biggest ball of string or something. They still make wine from this vine, but in limited quantities and served at special occasions, so I don't think I'll be having a taste. But still, it's pretty neat to see it. Well, sometimes on vacation, you've got to take care of the most basic of necessities. Well, this morning I leave Maribor and Slovenia, headed to Slovakia this afternoon, and it was a worthwhile visit over the last few days. In general, Slovenia, well, it looks like Europe, but clearly the economy here is a lot more modest, and it's an up-and-coming country, but they're in the EU, they're joining the Euro in January 1st, 2007, so just in 6 weeks. So that means I've got to spend my remaining thalers, the current currency, because they'll be meaningless and worthless in a short period of time. And it'll be easier for travelers to use the euro rather than the tolar, because dividing prices by 170 to figure out the equivalent is a bit of a challenge.